Hello everyone, Mocha Bear here and welcome back to Mocha Bear's Hobby Den. Today we're going to be talking about the Warhammer 40k 11th edition launch box set of Armageddon and the pre-orders. Shall we get started? First and foremost, I do want to apologize for the lack of content for at least 2 weeks in a row again. I do apologize. My weekends have been so busy and I so not this past weekend, the weekend before that, I went to my local Ren fair, got sick from the rain Saturday, I went to work Monday, and while I was there, just started to progressively get sick throughout the night, even to the point where I was shivering. And I still went to work all the rest of that week because I was starting to feel better. And then that following weekend, so last weekend, I ended up having a severe sinus infection of some sort that lasted all the way up until this past Thursday. Like Thursday night, I woke up, like I napped multiple times throughout that day and woke up in the evening feeling a little bit better. I had to call out work on Thursday. That's how bad it got. It was sick twice within 14 days. Never had happened to me before, and I don't want it to happen again. So I do apologize again for the lack of content. I've just been trying to rest and recover. I do still have like somewhat of a sore throat because of the postnasal drip that's been going on, but I'm much better now, thankfully. Thankfully, I didn't get anything major. Today is Saturday, June 6th, the time that I'm recording this. So you are watching this, if you're watching this day is released, June 7th, the Sunday. So today was pre-order day for Armageddon. And I went to my local store, it's almost an hour away from me, and I pre-ordered the box set. I paid everything. I got it. I guaranteed it. I think I was the second person to be put into their pre-order book. So that way when it went live, they went down the list and I was second in. I think I was the second one in. I know that they've been posting about how it's going to be while stocks last, and we typically know how that works with Games Workshop. GW's like, while stocks last. That means it's not going to be enough for everybody. However, a lot of people, a lot of content creators who focus on Warhammer, they've been all talking about how you got the while stocks last as people concerned, but they're saying they made enough. Like Games Workshop says that they've made enough, that there'll be enough to go around, but still going to be limited. And they're like, during the Indominus box set, they had so much of that during launch, it still sold out, and then they had to reprint it. I think it was Indominus, which was 9th edition, had to be reprinted later on for enough people. And then 10th edition Leviathan still had quite a bit. I remember it sold out initially, but they still ended up bringing more out for a short time after. This, I was very surprised, and I will not be surprised if I look on today on the 7th, the time of this video's release, that if I go on there, it'll show out of stock. But I went to my local store and I waited and waited and waited. I'm like, he's been over there at the thing for quite a while. And I was like, what, there's really that much in stock still? And I want to say it was like around 1:15. I hear from over there, all right, everyone who wanted it is pre-ordered and gotten their copies. Anybody else that was not on the pre-order list wanting it, they are still available. I was like, what? GW actually pulled through on pre-order numbers? Now we'll see how that stands with the arrival of the product, because I've heard some horror tales in the past about pre-orders not showing up to stores that paid for them. But all these content creators that focus on Warhammer, they made great points. Like, yeah, they're saying they've made enough. They're saying while stocks last, but this is the first thing for the new edition. This is the initial launch box set. They haven't had anything really big for pre-order in the past 2 weeks. So they are going to want to make sure that they have enough out there for people. They're not going to want to screw this one up. And it's looking like so far they did not screw it up. I still couldn't believe I heard that. I was like, does anybody else want it that didn't get it yet? There's still plenty. I was like, holy hell. So in 2 weeks, will be picking up my box set. And I may do a video showing it. I don't know. I'll see how I feel about that. But I definitely want to build those models on camera. I've decided that the Space Marines are going to be Raven Guard. I thought some might be Raven Guard, others I'll put as Salamanders. No, I'm going to make them all Raven Guard. And I think I'm going to keep the Orks. So that way I have them for like a little side army to play sometime. And when the official points come out later on, if it's not enough for a 1,000-point game, I can just buy a few more. But I am very excited for this. I really wanted the small cores rule booklet, and I wanted the Operation Imperator, Imperator, which is the lore book exclusive to this box set. So you can see all the armies there, but here we have the Vanguard veterans, the Land Speeder, the Intercessors, the Chaplain, the Captain, the Ancient, and then the Librarian, and then the Heavy Eradicators. I think that's the Heavy Eradicators. Is it the Eradicators? I think it's the Eradicators. I don't remember. Didn't really want this for them. I wanted it for the Land Speeder, the Vanguard veterans, the Captain, and the Chaplain with Jump Pack. Main reason I wanted that army. But then here you can see the Orks. And I have told myself I will never start Orks. Probably not ever going to really start. I'll just have them and then whatever I need to finish off the list for potential future games with friends. Then we've got the Operation Imperator lore book and the core book. Again, these are two more of the main reasons I wanted this box set, because the core rules, the small side, the small little booklet, I think is only going to be in here unless because I know the core rules are supposed to be available sometime in July, physically, and the Operation Imperator book is only here, and I really love reading about the lore. Then of course you've got the decals, the data cards, and the Dominatus and the chapter approved card decks. So I was excited for those. I'm glad I was able to get it. I didn't pre-order this, however. I just very recently got into the Warhammer books. The very first one I bought was the Night Lords Omnibus. Then I bought the Fall Acadia, Divine, and Infinite. And I think I got one more book. I can't remember what it was. But I do know I want to get the Dark Imperium trilogy. And I want to get this, the Armageddon Season of Fire. But I'm going to wait to the 20th for a pickup day for the box set. And like, hey, do you have any more Armageddon Season of Fire? Unless I see it there. And then I'll get it. Because from what I've been heard about it, it sounds really cool. It's going to be the story of Armageddon from the Space Marine, the Blood Angel Space Marine, the Sister of Battle, and I think a Commissar as well, and not Yarrick, some other guardsman character. It's supposed to be all three of them telling their story of Armageddon from their own point of views. And it's like, that actually sounds really badass. But yeah, the main point of this video was to talk about the Armageddon box set. I'm curious, did everyone who wanted to get a copy, were you able to pay for it? Did you go to your local game store? Was it a Warhammer store or a third-party store? Did you go to the website? And if you did, how long was the queue time? Or did you go to a third-party company's website and do it there? How was your wait time? If you went to a store, how long did you have to wait in line to pay for it? How long did you have to wait for them to actually get the pre-order? If you went to a physical store, whether it's the Warhammer store or a third-party store, how, like, did everybody get one? Did they say, okay, they're sold out, or we can't get any more? So sorry, everyone else. What was your experience? I want to know what your experiences were. That is the main point of this video, is to pretty much for me to get the community talking about what their experiences were and recommendations on, yeah, best bet is to go to this store, whether it's the official store or a third-party store, or websites. Was it the official website or a third-party site? Not a pirated site, like a third-party company that is partnered with Games Workshop. I want to hear from you all. Please share that information down below. I want the community to interact with each other. But yeah, was definitely much more than what I thought it was going to be in the one video I made, talking about, well, this is probably going to be the price, how wrong I was. But then again, I wasn't really aware of things that were going on in the world that would affect it so much. Now it makes sense, sadly. And I also want to announce that I have officially started building my Space Wolves. My Blood Claws are built. I forgot to look for the Primaris upgrade sprues for Space Wolves, because I'm not going to be getting the non-Space Wolf models for the army. I just want the upgrade sprue mainly for the head options and the pauldrons. So that way, because I want to make all of my Space Wolves unhelmeted. That is my goal. But yeah, I wanted to hear y'all's experience. And I got my paints to start painting my Space Wolves, so you'll be seeing those some point in the summer, I hope. I'm also going to start my Night Lords painting them. But yeah, that is the video. That was the focus, was Armageddon pre-orders. Again, curious how your experiences were and all of that. So if you found this video entertaining or educational or looking forward to interact, please give this video a like, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the bell icon, set notifications to all, get notified when I upload videos and do live streams. I do owe you all a build and or paint stream very soon. Might do that for the Armageddon box set, actually. Build them on stream and then paint them on stream. We'll see how that goes. I definitely owe you all at least one for the summer, so that will do that. Also, please comment down below if you did or did not enjoy this episode, why or why not. What was your experience with this box set, if you were able to snag a copy or not, at least. I know you don't physically have it, but were you able to get it pre-ordered and paid for or not? And if it was in a physical store or on website, and which website or which store. Very curious to hear from you all. And then please lastly, share this video, bring awareness to my channel, help me continue to grow. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, so please always take care of yourselves. And until next time, hobby on.